Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I have an unbelievable story for you, one that proves sometimes life works in the most unexpected ways. It's about a millionaire, a street vendor, a simple request, and a twist of fate that no one could have seen coming. This is the story titled, "If You Sell Me Those Chocolates in Japanese, I'll Pay You $1 million, the millionaire laughed, but karma. So, it all started on a sunny afternoon in Tokyo, Japan. The streets were bustling with people rushing to work, tourists snapping pictures, and vendors calling out to sell their goods. Among the crowd, there was a small chocolate stand tucked in the corner of a busy shopping street. The aroma of cocoa and sugar filled the air, making it impossible for anyone to walk by without glancing at it. The chocolate stand was run by a young woman named Aiko. She wasn't wealthy, and she wasn't famous. She was just an ordinary girl, passionate about making chocolates, carefully crafting each piece with love and precision. Her shop wasn't large, but it had a charm to it, with neatly arranged boxes of chocolates, ribbons, and handwritten signs that showcased the flavors she created. Now, on this particular day, a man arrived at her shop who would change her life forever. He was well-dressed, exuding confidence and wealth, with an air of arrogance that made people instinctively give him space. He was a millionaire named Kenji, known in the city for his extravagant lifestyle and eccentric personality. Kenji loved attention, and he often came up with bizarre challenges for ordinary people, just to see their reactions. Kenji walked up to the chocolate stand and examined the chocolates, tapping his fingers on the glass display. He smirked and said in a loud, teasing voice, "If you sell me those chocolates, but here's the catch, in Japanese, I will pay you $1 million. Aiko blinked in disbelief. She had been speaking Japanese all her life, but she didn't understand what he meant. Kenji laughed heartily, enjoying the confused expressions on the faces of the few customers nearby. Yes, yes. Speak in Japanese while selling them to me, and $1 million is yours, he declared, waving a crisp envelope full of money in front of her. The crowd that had gathered started murmuring. Some thought it was a prank, some were amazed, but Aiko felt her heart racing. She knew she could speak Japanese. That was her first language, of course, but the twist was that Kenji wasn't just asking for regular Japanese. He wanted her to recite the order with elegance, in perfect, formal Japanese, almost like she was performing a ritual. He wanted theatrics, style, and charm. For a moment, Aiko felt paralyzed. $1 million was enough to change her life, her family's life, maybe even the lives of people in her community. But there was also fear. What if it was a scam? What if this man was mocking her? She hesitated, but then she remembered something her grandmother had once told her. Opportunities rarely come twice. Courage can change your destiny. Taking a deep breath, Aiko stepped forward. She smiled at Kenji and bowed slightly. In a voice that was clear, confident, and elegant, she began her sales pitch, describing each chocolate, its flavor, and its origin, using formal Japanese expressions and words that carried beauty and emotion. She spoke as if she were performing poetry, each syllable precise, each sentence flowing with charm. She even added little gestures with her hands, showing the chocolates as if they were treasures. Kenji's eyes widened. He was taken aback. The confidence, the elegance, the beauty in her words, it was far beyond what he had imagined. He laughed, a bit nervously, because he had thought it would be impossible for a small street vendor to impress him like this. But the more she spoke, the more the crowd gathered. People started recording on their phones, whispering to each other about the incredible performance of this young woman. When Aiko finished, she gently placed the chocolates in Kenji's hands and bowed again. The street was silent for a moment. Then Kenji's laugh burst out, this time genuine, almost involuntarily. You did it, he said, almost in disbelief. I never thought anyone could do that. Truly, you deserve this. He handed her the envelope. Aiko's hands trembled as she opened it. She couldn't believe her eyes. The envelope was stuffed with crisp bills, more money than she had ever seen in her life. Her eyes welled up with tears, and the crowd around her erupted in applause. But what happened next is what made this story truly unforgettable. As Kenji turned to leave, he stumbled slightly. One of his expensive shoes got caught in a puddle, and he almost fell, but a little boy nearby grabbed his arm and steadied him. Kenji looked down and saw the boy, no older than 7, smiling shyly. And in that moment, something inside Kenji shifted. You see, Kenji had made a fortune in business, but he had always been lonely. He had money, cars, and a huge mansion, but there was no joy in his life. The act of seeing Aiko perform, seeing someone so genuine, reminded him of something he had long forgotten: humility and kindness. He bent down and thanked the boy, but he also looked back at Aiko, and for the first time, he felt gratitude that went beyond money. Over the next few weeks, news of the event spread. Videos of Aiko selling chocolates in perfect formal Japanese went viral online. She became an internet sensation overnight. People all over the world were amazed by her talent and poise. Offers started pouring in, from companies wanting her to sell products, from chocolatiers wanting to collaborate, and even TV shows wanting to feature her. Kenji, on the other hand, experienced a kind of karma he hadn't expected. Despite all his wealth, he realized that the simple act of challenging someone, of playing a prank, had unexpectedly brought him happiness. He had witnessed real skill, real heart, and real talent, things that money couldn't buy. And it changed him. Aiko's life transformed completely. She used part of the money to expand her chocolate shop, hired people from her neighborhood, and even started a small scholarship fund for young girls who wanted to pursue careers in culinary arts. She never forgot the moment when her life changed with just words spoken in her own language, performed with courage and confidence. But the story doesn't end there. A year later, Kenji returned to Tokyo, seeking something he had lost during his years of isolation. He went back to the same street, to the same chocolate stand, to see Aiko. This time, he didn't have money to flaunt or a challenge to issue. He simply wanted to apologize for laughing at her, for underestimating her, and to thank her for reminding him what it meant to truly appreciate life. Aiko welcomed him warmly. They talked about everything: life, dreams, and ambitions. Kenji revealed that he had started volunteering and donating to causes he had previously ignored. He had learned that wealth without compassion was empty, and Aiko's courage had sparked that transformation. As they stood there, looking at the busy streets of Tokyo, Aiko handed Kenji a small box of chocolates. "For you," she said, smiling. But this time, no challenge, no money. Just gratitude. Kenji took it, feeling something deeper than happiness. He felt connection. He felt alive in a way he hadn't for decades. And so, the story of a street vendor and a millionaire became legendary. It's a story that reminds us that sometimes, the most extraordinary moments come from ordinary circumstances. That courage, skill, and kindness can change not just one life, but multiple lives around it. And that karma, in its mysterious way, has a sense of humor, but also justice. So, what can we learn from this story? First, never underestimate anyone. Aiko was a young woman with a small chocolate stand, but her talent and confidence turned a playful challenge into life-changing success. Second, money may give power, but it cannot replace humility, compassion, or real human connection. And lastly, karma has a way of balancing the scales, sometimes in ways we least expect, but always in ways that teach us a lesson. If you ever find yourself in a moment where you feel intimidated, doubted, or challenged, remember Aiko. Speak with confidence, act with courage, and stay true to yourself. You never know when a single moment, a single word, or a single act can change your destiny completely. Thank you so much for watching this story today. If it inspired you, give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs a reminder that courage, talent, and kindness are more powerful than money. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon because we bring you incredible real-life stories just like this one. stories that will touch your heart, inspire your mind, and sometimes even make you believe in magic again. Remember, life has a funny way of teaching lessons. Sometimes it's through laughter, sometimes through tears, and sometimes through a chocolate stand in the middle of Tokyo. But always, there's a story waiting to be told. Until next time, stay kind, stay brave, and never underestimate the power of your own words and actions. You never know who you might inspire or what kind of unexpected karma might come your way. This has been one unforgettable story, and we hope it reminds you that extraordinary things can happen to ordinary people, and sometimes, just sometimes, the universe rewards courage in the most spectacular ways. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.